on, y'all? It's Plant-Based with Nicole podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Richey. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, everybody in the room. How are you guys? Thank you so much for joining. Pass this live on to 5 or 10 of your friends. I'm about to interview the owner of Official Vegan Mob in Oakland, California. If you are from Oakland and you have not tried this place, you need to go check it out. Okay? This is not a place you go when you're trying to lose weight, though. I'm just going to keep it real. This is comfort food. It's thebomb.com. It's comfort food. It's delicious. I've been there a few times, and I would probably go a lot more if it was in the same city. But yeah. So I'm going to be interviewing the owner. Let me turn off my fan. It's probably loud. Sorry, y'all. Toriano Gordon is a dedicated father and husband from San Francisco's Fillmore district. After dedicating a decade of his life to helping at-risk and formerly incarcerated youth in San Francisco Bay Area, he decided to pursue his lifelong passion of cooking. Toriano experienced a huge shift in his health and wealth after being, in his health and well-being after adopting a plant-based diet. And he now feels compelled. Y'all, I can't read today. I apologize. He now feels compelled to share this with others, okay? His menu is comprised of traditional family soul food recipes and barbecue fusion. Be sure to follow his journey. I don't know. I don't think he's on here yet, but you guys, when I tell you, if you want some soul food and you want it plant-based, y'all need to go hit it up. And if you don't live in California, then I'm going to need you to order it FedEx. And I see he's on here now. Toriano, what's up? Come on and request to join. Do you know how to request to join? Thank you, baby. My husband gave me a thumbs up. That means he could hear me and everything's okay. Baby, the real test comes on when I bring him on. Let me know if the quality is on still once he joins. Hey, wait a minute. Where you at? What?
I'm always busy. My wife gonna be upset at me because I didn't go get my hair cut. But I'm crazy busy. I had my dad's wife had an emergency, and she was she just had a mini stroke. So
oh my gosh, how is she?
But they didn't let us.
I don't like that because of COVID. So, I'm so sick of that.
Yeah, because of COVID.
I don't like that. Well, I will be praying for her. I hope she is doing okay and recovers quickly. Right. Thank you for still doing this because you could have let me know and we could have rescheduled. So I appreciate you. Are you still able to do this? Okay. I won't keep you long. Yeah. I'm gonna do a shorter interview just because I know you're busy. You're an owner, okay? You're an owner of a restaurant. Yeah. So shoot. Hey everybody, thank you guys all for joining and coming on this live. My name is Nicole. I am interviewing Toriano. He is the owner of Vegan Mob in Oakland, California. As I mentioned before, y'all, he got some bomb food. So if you in the area, you live in California, Oakland, you need to go over to Vegan Mob. Let me put that in the comments too and pin it. So what's up, Toriano? So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. You're off your raw diet,
yep,
right?
And that's why I'm gonna be coming to your restaurant soon. Cause I was struggling. Them 44 days I did raw and I kept seeing your posts.
That's great.
Thank you. I made it through the whole thing. I didn't give up, even though I wanted to, especially when I kept seeing your posts.
Yeah. Oh man.
I was like, man, the temptation is real. I know I should have blocked you now. I'm just playing. Yeah. So let's get into it. So first, I want to talk about your restaurant and everything, but first I want to go back to your lifestyle of you transformed to a transition to a vegan diet. Tell me about how long you've been eating vegan, and then why did you transition? What made you go that route?
about, let me think. Now it's about
Congratulations.
5, 6 years. Thank you. Yep. What happened is, so I always flirted with I always had wanted to be vegan, and even years before I was a vegan, and at one point I just wanted to do it because I thought it was to be healthy, and I thought it was interesting, and thought it was cool, and when I found out that everybody thought it was weird and stuff like that, back in, I never thought like that, because I always think it's interesting
Yeah.
to challenge yourself and to be different, and to be healthy, and I don't like being the same as everybody.
Right.
I never like being the same.
You're a leader,
So,
not a follower.
and so,
Come on, somebody.
thank you. Right. And so then I first was a vegetarian, and then my wife and I, like when I met my wife, we always challenged ourselves. She was in school. She got me to when she was in school.
Okay.
She's 11 years younger than me, and when I saw she was in school, I went back to school and I graduated, got my degree in 3 years.
Congratulations.
And then, thank you. And so we were vegetarians and we were pescatarians, and then one year, it was 2018, they had it was a flu that was killing, like some people were dying from the flu.
This is
And
before
I
COVID?
caught a flu before COVID. Yeah. And I caught the flu, and then I it was just lasting longer. Like usually I get sick, it's like 2 days tops, but it was going on for like 4 or 5 days. And previously from the flu, I would be sneaking to like Jack in the Box to get sourdough burgers, and I was like, if I keep eating this, I'm gonna die. And the flu made me take the step of just going, like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just drink, tea, ginger, and I'm not gonna eat meat, and I'm not gonna eat cheese. I'm gonna eat vegetables, and I'm gonna eat fruits. And the flu left me, and within a day, and then I watched What the Health, and after that, I was like, my wife and I were like, let's just go vegan, and that was
And
pretty
this
much
was
it.
when? 2018 or 19?
2000,
Wow. So you've been, since then, you've been holding on strong.
Yep.
So I want to know what you be eating on a daily basis, because I see what you have at your restaurant is off the chain, but people can't eat that every single day. No, just like, what you be eating like on a daily basis?
No.
Do you eat your food at the restaurant a lot, or like what's your typical day look like? I'm just curious to see how you eat, because your soul food be kicking. It look at
me. I eat. I eat. Sometimes I eat bad. Sometimes I eat good. That's all it is. Sometimes I eat smoothies and salads, and then I go on a binge. And I'm busy. I'm a busy, really, really busy person, and so I'm sometimes just grab and go, and sometimes I cook. And when I cook, I probably eat healthier than when
you're on the go.
Yeah, when I'm on the go, because I like to cook. With healthy stuff, but I eat a lot of sweet stuff too, and I like pastas and stuff like that. So, and so right now, I'm doing Lent, and I stopped smoking weed, and I let sweets go, and so I haven't been Meek University in the house. Some of my partner. I gotta say something about that.
What's that, Meek?
and that kind of started to take away the cravings away from a lot of the stuff. But then I've been in the restaurant more than lately, and so yesterday I started eating a little bit of my food. Yeah, so because I like to eat like that. That's how. Honestly, that's like how I like to eat. I like soul food. I like barbecue, and so I try to duck out of my restaurant because I really do like my food. Like,
I like it
it's
too.
just not there to sell. It's
That's
there because I
good.
really
You like
love
your
the
own
food and
food
I
too.
make
You
it.
ain't just, making
Yeah,
everybody else eat it. You like to
yeah,
eat it too.
yeah, and it's nothing like it because I've been around the country and I'm not saying that arrogantly.
Hmm.
I'm just really like being completely honest. Like I don't find nothing that's like it. You know what I mean? And so I really do love my food, but I try other food. I like when I go out to eat. I like
Hmm.
Shangri
That
Ri.
sounds
Um,
familiar. That's
it's
in
a
Berkeley, right?
vegan spot.
Or,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Oh,
in
Emeryville. Okay.
Embryville.
I've seen that. I think I got some vegan pie from them once.
Yeah, yep, they got vegan pie. They got key lime. They got chocolate, and I forget what else, but they do like one plate per day. It's usually like some greens, some beans, some cabbage. It's
Hmm.
all
What do you
veg.
mean
It's
one
really
plate
good.
per
It's
day? I
really
don't,
good. I probably get some.
what?
Just they you don't.
Oh,
There's no menu. Yeah,
okay.
whatever they
Oh,
make
I
that
see what you're
day is
saying.
what you get. Yeah.
I guess, but they
Yep.
sell the
Yep.
pie all the time, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They sell the pie all the time,
Okay.
but the
That's
but the
cool.
entree
I like
changes.
that. Whoever just requested to join,
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. This is my podcast, so I can't bring you on today, but God bless you. God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Okay, getting back to you.
All the
So
time.
Toriano, you and I
Yep.
have something in common. I told you this yesterday in the message that you are working
Mhm.
with formerly incarcerated individuals, and for a decade.
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't a
Okay,
decade. I worked with
at risk
kids
youth.
for about 10 years.
Okay,
At risk youth.
so
Yeah, yeah,
similar.
yeah,
I worked with at risk youth, which ended up incarcerated, which ended up
yeah,
being on parole, and I
yeah.
worked with them for 5 years. So you did that for a long time, right? And then at what point in
Hmm.
your career doing that
Yeah.
did you like start having a passion to open up your restaurant? Like what inspired you to go from that career to opening up your restaurant?
Well, the bio may be a little tricky of how it sound
Yeah, you got me
how it
over here looking
sounded.
like I don't know,
I
looking crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, because
Hmm.
I worked with
Okay.
kids for like 10 years. For about maybe 4 or 5 of those years, it
Okay.
was at risk youth, and I work with
Hmm.
underserved youth, um, and I was going to grad
Really?
school to become a therapist, and yeah, I decided to stop working where I was working in Richmond at a program called Mindful Life Project. Shout out to my boy JG. He's the owner, founder of that. Doing some really good things. Now they're all over there in Oakland. It's a good friend of mine, but I met
Okay.
him from working from him. So, but now he's a really good friend of mine. But I was working with the kids, and I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something on
Excuse
a
me.
bigger
Uh-huh.
level, right? And so I went to grad school, and I went to grad school to become a therapist, and I was going to start my own program and create my own genre, kind of my own style of therapy called
Oh,
hip
I
hop therapy because I'm a
yes.
rapper.
I
If you,
recently
yeah,
saw that.
yeah, I'm a rapper. Matter of fact, I just had somebody come on my page saying, uh, I thought this was a vegan page. It's not a start your rapper. First of all, for anybody listening, I've been a
Okay.
rapper for 30 years. I've been a rapper for almost 30 years. I'm from San Francisco Fillmore District, the Visadero
Yes.
Street. So I've been who
And you
I've
ain't gonna
been.
start
And
hiding it just
yeah,
because you got a vegan page.
I'm not gonna stop being me
You
just
better
because I
preach.
started a vegan
That's
mob.
right.
The vegan mob
You
is
better
a part
tell
of
them.
that. So that, I just had to say that. You know what I'm saying? It's in me, not on me.
You
I'm true to this, like
better,
I'm not new to
you better
this. You know what I'm
say it.
saying? So who I am is
Yes,
who
amen.
I am is
It's
who
his
I am.
page, and
So
he can put
that
whatever he wants on it. Okay.
right. So that's just a segue right there. But um, what what I did is I was gonna
Hmm.
do hip hop therapy, and I was doing great. I was getting straight A's and everything. Like I was killing the game. But when you go to a psychology program, you do soul searching, and they me to soul searching. When I searched my soul, I found out that it wasn't
Oh,
for me. That I really wanted to do what I actually really am passionate about, and
amen.
that's cooking, music, and I like being on social media. And so I left grad school, and I decided that I wanted to start a restaurant. I didn't know what I was gonna do yet. I was gonna do another concept that I might do, but I'm gonna keep that to myself because I still might do it. And so I always wanted to open a soul food barbecue restaurant, and and I told my wife, like, I want to open a healthy barbecue restaurant where the animals are grass fed and they're not in a slaughterhouse and all this. And I was trying to get around all of it. And she was like, well, you're doing it for health. I do it for
Mm.
ethical reasons. That's why she's vegan. And I'm like, I'm like, well, if you're doing it for ethical reasons, then
Oh,
I do it for
I
ethical
love it.
reasons. I'm riding with my wife, right? And she said, well, I never heard of a vegan
Mm.
barbecue. And I was like, ooh, vegan barbecue. And I was like, oh, that's it. So once she said that, I was like, yeah, vegan barbecue. That's what we're doing. So then I just shot and I went crazy. I made gumbo, let my friend taste it, let my mom taste it. They were like, oh my God, this is crazy. None of them are vegan. They loved it. And then from there, I just shot off and went into the game and started to do that. And I went off and I created it in January of 2019. Then March of 2019, I was out in the Fruitvale district giving
Mm.
out gumbo for free. The next day, I did some deliveries. My daughter told me she didn't want me to go to work. I was doing Uber at the time, and I said I had to go to work, and she said, no, you don't. She said, won't you go sell some food, Daddy? And she's only 4 years old. And so my wife said, take a leap of faith. I said, okay. I sat back down on the couch. I made an announcement. I
Mm.
said, who want to get a mob plate? My Instagram went bananas. So the next day, 2 days later, I went out, I delivered 50 mob plates, and I made a thousand
What?
dollars in 2 hours. That was the most money I made legally in that amount of time.
Okay.
Right? So,
There's a lot of
yeah,
ways you
right?
can make
So
that much, but
I was like,
legally, that's a whole nother story.
right, right. It was the first time I did that legally, and I was like, okay, from that time on, I didn't turn
Dang, I'm
back,
in the wrong business.
and that was it. That's how it happened. And I tell everybody that I followed my my
Your
basically
passion.
my happiness, and I followed my peace and my passion,
Wow.
and that's what brought me
That's
here.
amazing.
And so,
So
yep,
y'all done kicked the
yep,
Merritt Bakery out, and then I'm just playing. The Merritt Bakery was there before that, right?
yeah. Well, that the OG, shout out Charles. That's the owner of Mary Bakery. When he saw me there, he told me, yeah, he was telling me not to do the building because the building gave him issues. I said, man, I listened to him. I'm humble and gave him respect, but I didn't
You was
listen
like, but what does
to
God
him, but
say? No.
I listened to, yeah, right. And so, right. And I did that, and it just basically it blew up and went crazy. And he came and was like, every time he sees me, like shows me love and gives me props. And he said, man, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Well,
and, so,
congratulations.
and so, yeah, like,
And your
thank
food
you.
is good.
Yep.
I mean, see, if I would go a lot more if I was in Oakland, but since I moved to Walnut Creek, I just haven't gone as much. But
Yeah,
I need to come back. And I love. Do y'all still have the Beyond Tacos?
it's impossible, man.
Oh,
It's
I'm sorry,
impossible, but
Impossible.
we
I
got it.
begin.
We still
Yeah,
got it.
that's the
Yeah.
one. Those were a bomb when I had those, and then the barbecue nachos. Y'all still have those?
Yep. Those are all original items from the mob. So those are
Okay.
items that I started with at the farmers market.
Those nachos, I was like,
Farmers
okay,
market.
this
Yep.
is different. It's good though. That was interesting and delicious.
Thank you.
I gained
I
3 pounds.
appreciate that.
I
Thank you
gained
very
three
much.
pounds,
I
but
appreciate
it
that.
was good though. No, just fine.
Right. It's gonna put some
You just
weight
gotta
on you.
go work out afterwards. That's all. Nah. But
Uh-huh.
so talk
Yeah.
to me about your menu. Like it's like soul food and like barbecue is the focus.
Yep. Soul food barbecue. Um, my menu is basically um, things that
Mhm.
I grew up eating, in my household, and some of the favorite things that I grew up eating, and recipes that were basically passed down from my grandmother, but then that I added my own twist to,
I
and
love
and
it.
turned them plant based. That's it. And a couple things are fusion. Like I have
Mm.
garlic noodles and lumpia and garlic rice, and I have the taco, and then the barbequito is a barbecue burrito, and that comes from just being from San Francisco. Just growing up and eating, just like having the world in your backyard. San Francisco, when I was growing up, was extremely diverse, and it's not with the people anymore. But as far as the food, it still is, and it's some of the best food that you know on the earth is in San Francisco. And so I was blessed to grow up with just some of the best food, and I kind of took some of those things that I was inspired by, like the garlic noodles. I grew up eating, garlic noodles
Sounds
and
good.
garlic crab from Thang Longs, and so I kind of, what I did is just recreated my version of the
Mm.
Thang Long garlic noodles, how I like to do it. And then the garlic rice is something that I love when I used to go to Benihana's, and I kind of did my own version of the garlic rice, and I put that on the menu. And so it's basically a
I think
menu
I'm about
of
to make a
me.
trip out there this week because
Pull up
it's
on
been a
us,
little bit
baby.
too long since I've been there, and you got my mouth watering. Every time I see your post, I'll be like, dang, I wish I could just drive over there real
Come
quick,
on,
but
come
I'd be
on.
lazy.
And I'm back in the restaurant too.
Oh,
I'm
you
I'm
are?
back in the
How
kitchen,
much how much
and
cooking are you
just
doing there?
yeah.
Like about how many
I
hours?
I mean I wasn't I
Really?
wasn't in the last couple of years, but yeah. I mean it's all my recipes. I'm just really
Yeah.
busy. I got a lot going on, but I decided that
Hmm.
I wanted to revamp it and bring it, and so and I have to teach everybody all over again, and go in and just do things like I did in the beginning. So I'm back in the kitchen. I just started um,
Hello? Oh, I thought you.
to
Yeah, I thought you.
yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I just started literally this Saturday. I just decided to go back in there and just started to cook stuff. Like if I wasn't on this call with you right now, I'd
Do
be
you
over
guys
there
have
right now.
ribs?
So
Oh,
we
briskets.
have
Okay.
brisket.
I
We
got
have brisket.
chicken.
Yeah, yeah. We have ribs, but oh, you got the chicken last
When I come there,
time.
I'm be like, can I get
The fried chicken.
one, just give me one wing. What do you call them?
Well, oh, you know,
Yeah,
like don't.
yeah. Just give
I'm
me
gonna be the
one
sucker,
rib.
huh?
Nah, I'll be like, just give me one brisket. They'd be like, oh, you want to order a
Right,
brisket? No, no, just
right,
one brisket.
right, right. How much for one brisket?
Oh, snap. Okay. Okay. I need to know. So you guys started in 2019, you said?
Yeah.
When the pandemic hit in 2020, how was your restaurant affected, or
hmm
was it affected in a negative way? How did y'all survive?
We literally so I'm gonna tell you that story. So the pandemic hit. Um, they had the curfew came up, and the first day of the curfew, it was like the lowest sales that I had since I've been open.
Oh,
So
wow.
like my stomach dropped, right? Um, and my stomach dropped, and so I was like, oh man. So
Right.
I kind of got a little nervous, and so I created a delivery platform like my own, and I started just delivering to every
Oh,
city around the Bay Area, and then after like a week of doing that, my sales just started to go bananas, and so I did it for like 2 more weeks, and then I had to stop. I couldn't do it no
you
more because
you
it just
doing that
got
by
crazy
yourself? That
busy,
part?
and
Oh, okay.
nah, no, I didn't do nothing by myself. I
Okay.
just quarterback it. Yeah, I just quarterback it. I just called the shot and put the
Yeah.
play together. You know what I'm saying? I got the team and put the play together. And so I did that, and the sales went crazy. and they just started to go crazier and crazier and crazier. And you know, we didn't have indoor dining, and so uh, only thing that shut down is our outside seats. But people would just line up and line up and line up every day, and it was. I mean, our
So
sales
it was
went
only
through the
down
roof.
for a minute,
It
and
didn't,
then
it
it
didn't
just blew back up. Won't
literally for
he
like
do
three,
it?
4 days.
Ha!
That's it.
Glory to God. God!
Yeah,
About to
God
have
is good all the
me
time.
shouting
God
up
is the
in this piece.
greatest.
Oh,
God,
God! Sorry.
yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
That's a
Hey,
blessing. That is a
it was
blessing
crazy. 'Cause
because so many
it's a
people's
blessing.
restaurants and so many just companies in general were shut down, closed down. So the fact that you not only didn't have to close down, but it just took off your sales, that ain't nothing but God.
Hmm. It's all God. Everything is all God. And, you know, before when I can start from the start. I'm gonna tell you like the reason why I pay attention to my health is because 13 years ago, I almost 14 now. Um, I had septic shock. So I used to, you know, I used to, I was in the streets, you know,
Mm-hmm.
living a life of crime, battling addiction, and things like that. And one day, I took some morphine. I had a toothache. I took some morphine, but I
Oh,
smoked weed and I
snap.
drank with it. And so my grandmother found me on the floor with my hand clutched on my
Wow.
phone, not moving. She called the ambulance. They took me to the hospital. My vitals dropped, like they
Hmm.
just disappeared. And then it came back, and they told my mom and all my family to expect, like,
Oh,
to
no.
get prepared for his death. Yeah, and they prayed and they prayed and they prayed and they prayed,
Jesus.
and I woke up. And from there, I took that as like
Yes.
God gave me a second
Yes.
chance on his to be here, and I'm gonna go. And I went into a program and I cut out everything, and that's why I go hard like I go hard, you know. And that's what I tell people that work for me. That's what I tell people who talk to me, who look at me like I got a silver spoon in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be on the street. Like I used to live on the street. I used to be running from the police. I used to looking over my shoulders. I
Right.
used to didn't know where I was going at the end of the night. I used to have to go to a 99-cent burger from McDonald's to, and share it with my partner, and figure out how I was gonna get my money for the night, and this is why I work how I work, and this is why my life is how it is, because
Yes.
I know God saved me and made me who I am so I can be an example to my kids and to other people who look like me and other people who going through struggles, so I can get on and tell my story and do what I do. And that's why I was going to become a
Mm-hmm.
counselor, because I felt like that was my duty to and that's why I like to work with kids and at-risk youth and underserved youth, because
Yeah.
I was those kids. I was those youth. I was at risk. I was, I did go to juvenile. I did, I was in the courts,
All that.
all that. And so, and nobody, I didn't have nobody telling me nothing, because my
Mm.
dad was in prison for 27 years. And the father that raised me is a pimp. And the one that made me is a gangster. And so the people that was around me and my other and the other
Yeah.
father
So you
was the
didn't have that
streets. And
father
so
example,
have
father
nobody
figure.
to, I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't have that. Yeah. And so nobody who looked like me, who who was cool, who was hip, who other people thought were cool, to tell me something that was
Mm-hmm.
positive. You know, it was always something that was street. It was always something that might lead me down the wrong way. And so I felt like I had to be that person, and I still feel like that. Like tell the young, I always tell the young
Mm-hmm.
cats the right thing,
Yeah.
and always share my story, and always tell them that, believe in themselves and that they can do it, and that their
Mm-hmm.
life situation right now, their current situation that they're in right now, it's not it's
Right.
not what it's not what's for them, and that it's plenty more that they can do and that they got blessings coming. Because at one time, I thought I was never going to get married. I thought I was going to never have another kid, and I thought I never was going to get any blessings because I didn't think I was good enough.
But, you know, you've been through a lot, and that is not the case. And now you know what I'm saying? And all the things you've gone through, although you didn't get your degree in counseling, you're still out there counseling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're still out there sharing the message and helping youth to try to get them to refrain from going the route you went, right? It's like because you've been through this, now you can share and help the next person refrain from going that route. So you're still being used in a different way, even though you don't have the title of a counselor, right? God's still allowing you to use you to still help these youth. So you're out there cooking and counseling. You know?
That's it. And that's what they told me, when I left grad school, they told me, they were like, you can still pursue your passion in leading your peers and the youth and with what you're doing now. They were like, don't worry. And they told me, this will always be here. And so, and I don't need the masters to do that because
you got something better. You got something better. Experience. Hello?
Experience.
You know what I'm saying? That's way better than little words on the paper. You know what I'm saying? There's people who have that words on the paper, but don't know nothing about nothing. They ain't been through it, so they don't know. So, you keep serving your purpose, okay? You keep going out there. You keep helping the youth. You keep cooking. You keep rapping, and spreading the message, and just let God use you. Let God continue to use you. Well, I know you are a busy man, so I'm going to bring this to a close. I thank you. I thought you was going to bring me in your kitchen. I was hoping you was going to bring me in your kitchen so I can see.
I would have. I had to go. Like, I went to the hospital to go check on my dad's wife, and it was, I literally just hopped off the phone and just hopped on.
Yeah, it was real quick.
I plan to be at
next time I'll bring you back on again in the near future, and then we could go in the kitchen with you. Give us a tour. Yeah.
Anytime.
Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I am going to be praying for your dad's wife. And I just want to encourage you to continue serving your purpose, keep being great. And I thank you so much for your time. And I thank everyone that joined us, that came and left, and that people of those that will watch later. Y'all, everybody on here, share this live with 5 or 10 of your friends, okay? So, thank you so much, Toriano. I am saying your name right? Am I saying your name right? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, what happened? I can't hear you. Oh. Okay, yeah. What happened?
Hear me now? Yeah,
oh, she called.
My wife keeps
that's the cue for you to go. All right, I'm just going to announce my next guest. So thank you so much, Toriano. Tell your wife she's lovely. She's so beautiful. And God bless you both and your family. And I'll see you on the gram.
Much love and shout out to everybody that tapped in and listened to the story and listened to this great show.
Yes.
We appreciate
Bye.
that.
You too.
Bye. Have a blessed one.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone that rocked with us today. Up next on Plant-Based with Nicole podcast, I will be interviewing Try by Noir. He is a high raw vegan nutritionist and vegan fitness coach. I'll be interviewing him next Sunday, the 19th at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. I hope you'll join me next week. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all that tuned in today. Don't forget to share this live. And God bless you. And I just want to say that you're all destined for greatness, okay? And just bless you all. Be great. And I'll see you guys on the next podcast next week. God bless you.